The 11 Alive Storm Trackers, we're all here right now ahead of these storms, getting you ready as this line comes out of Alabama and moves into northwest Georgia within the next little while here. I'm meteorologist Chris Holcomb. We have Chesley McNeil here as well. Melissa Nord is here. Andrew Wilson is also here. And we're going to be with you throughout the afternoon as we track these storms that are moving our way. And these, Chesley, have the potential to turn severe. Those main threats we're talking about, damaging wind, also the potential for some tornadoes as the line approaches.
Absolutely. We're watching that line now, and you can see the numerous, in fact, we can zoom in on it a little bit here. You can see where we have the severe thunderstorm warnings in effect. Only saw one tornado warning so far, but we're expecting these storms to really start to amp up. We're now getting into the daytime heating.
Exactly.
But we'll add some instability to this and also some breaks you can see in some of the clouds there over into extreme eastern portions of Alabama. As that continues to push toward the east, they will intensify. We are also under a tornado watch for this afternoon.
That was issued just a little bit before noon, between 11:30 and noon, around when the Storm Prediction Center issued that tornado watch that does include a big part of West Georgia and in northwest Georgia too. And Chesley, we expect, even though Atlanta is not in that watch right now, we expect that watch to be extended over to the east to include Atlanta later on this afternoon. Yeah,
so far we've been seeing the clouds in place and also some isolated showers here and there. We'll continue to see that, but we're expecting that line to push in probably around the 2 o'clock hour along our westernmost counties and then push into the metro area anywhere between 3 and 5. So we got a long way to go. So
we do.
Let's talk more about it.
Chesley and I have a tool that we use, a significant tornado parameter that we look at here when we're watching these storms that move our way. And take a look at this. Now, we want to explain this. The reason we want to talk to you about this is because a lot of people look at this and, decipher it in different ways. But what this shows us is not necessarily where we're going to have tornadoes, but where the atmosphere is conducive for rotating storms to develop. So this is right now, as you see back in Alabama, that's where those storms are more likely, where they're happening now. But look into the afternoon. This is at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Where you see these brighter orange and darker colors, that's where that atmosphere is more conducive for some of those rotating thunderstorms. And the line is very thin, and I'm afraid that people may be watching this thinking, oh, that's it? That's all we're watching? But within that line, at any point as it passes through, we could see any tornado warnings develop. Yeah, and the Storm Prediction Center has increased the area for the level 3 threat. It was over our northwestern counties now. That extends almost into, well, actually all of North Georgia. Let's get right to that. Take this full and show you exactly what we're talking about here. If you look at the Storm Prediction Center's map now, we had it all morning. We were talking about the far northwestern counties for this level 3 threat that has now been extended. You can see to cover just about all of North Georgia. And here in Atlanta metro area over toward Athens, we're looking at the level 2 threat. The possibility for a brief spin-up tornadoes still there. The likelihood of more tornadoes or tornadoes forming would be more up here to the north where we have the level 3 threat, but don't let your guard down here in the level 2 area. And then further down to the south, a little bit less of a threat there. We're still looking at damaging winds. You're looking at very heavy rain and of course the possibility for tornadoes, low threat as far as the hail goes. I want to talk to you about these damaging winds because even outside of where we have those thunderstorms rolling in, the winds will be strong. Here to talk more about that is meteorologist Melissa Nord.
Video right now, this live image in Rome, that it is windy out there. You see the flags blowing in the winds. This is over downtown Rome right now where the winds are gusting 36 miles per hour. Winds gusting right now in Blairsville to 31, but we expect these wind gusts to pick up as those storms get closer to us. We're going to see what we call the pressure gradient tightening, and that's going to make it turn really windy outside. So secure any loose objects because we have a wind advisory for the metro, high wind warning in northwest Georgia. The winds will start gusting between 35 and as much as 45 miles per hour all the way through when those storms move in. The winds finally start to get a little bit lighter after the main line of storms passes through this evening, and overnight the winds will start to calm down. But we're tracking not just the wind threat, but Chesley, that threat of the thunderstorms coming through could pose isolated tornado threats as well. Let's turn back to you for the timing on these coming through.
All right, thanks a lot, Melissa. Take a look. We are expecting that line to continue to push into our area this afternoon. Now, this is the latest on our particular in-house model here. You can see where that line enters our far northwestern counties right between 2 and 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll continue to push toward the metro area, likely between 3 and 4 o'clock. That'll move through, and it's along this line right here where we'll see the very heavy rain and, of course, those damaging winds. Should be east of us by the time we get towards 6, 7 o'clock tonight. You can even see some of the drying taking place, and that will set us up for a pretty decent weekend. In fact, we're expecting the sunshine to be around down for the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday, and our temperatures will drop off just a little bit, but it will be nice and pleasant. For the rest of the afternoon, again, our eyes are on these thunderstorms, and along with those gusty winds, sustained winds up to about 25 miles per hour. As Melissa said, those gusts could be in the 40-mile-per-hour range. 70 by 7 o'clock tonight as things begin to calm down. Look at your weekend. Looking at a 9 on the wazometer for Saturday. 68 will be the afternoon high. Mostly sunny skies on Sunday. We're looking at 71. That's going to be a nice, very, very nice. Now the rain comes back to us as we head into the latter half of, to the middle of next week. So Chris, we really got to pay close attention, and folks, you really need to be weather aware this afternoon.
We'll be watching it. We also have Bobeth Yates and Thunder Truck. She'll be part of our team coverage throughout the afternoon as well. So keep it right here on 11 Alive.